Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested to enter to win or receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box. A person will be chosen at random at the end of the month of December and announced in a completely separate video. So do not be scammed by anybody contacting you, pretending to be me. It will not be me. The person who wins this reading will be announced in a separate video on this channel. So don't be scammed by anybody, and good luck to everyone. Now, if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, as are all the cards that I'm using today. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say here, Gemini. Ooh, goodness, as I just kick everything out of frame. Oh, do bear with me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, hopefully that's good. Never done that before. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, we're crowned by the 10 of Pentacles. That's wonderful. We then have the Queen of Swords. That's us coming through as a queen in the minor arcana. We're represented by the sword. So that's us coming forward, and that's beautiful. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We then have, oh my gosh, the King and Queen of Swords coming through. Okay, this can be a soulmate connection, a true love connection. You can also be heading on the path towards meeting kind of the person of your dreams. If you're already in a relationship, this is strengthening those bonds. It's like this is the reason why we got together in the first place. We then have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands reversed, and we have the Eight of Cups reversed. So be aware of this right here. We can find it hard to kind of let things go. It can be physically letting things go. It could be emotionally letting things go. We're going to type kind of linger longer than we need to. So just be aware of this during this time, where it's going to be a sense of like, oh no, but I could use it, right? It could happen, or it could be like that. And Spirit is saying here, yeah, Spirit is saying here, I'm sorry, I'm just listening as I'm talking, so sometimes I do pause. Spirit is just saying here, you know, you need to know when to do what's right for you, instead of holding on to a dream that just had those beautiful edges to it, just had that beauty to it, where it's kind of like, oh, but I want that dream. But if you ever notice, whenever we get anything we've dreamt of, it's always different than the reality of it. So those crisp edges, those that perfectness doesn't translate into our human world. We can have moments of bliss, of perfection, of beauty, of just wonderfulness. But a dream is always untouched by the rest of the world. So here, just remember that, because I do see dreams coming through very powerfully for us, and we can find it hard to have it translate into reality. And we can almost find it, I want to say disturbing, but it's not in a negative way, but it's just in a way of like, but the dream was so perfect. It was so perfect. And the reality is so real. So just be aware of that during this time. I don't know how else to describe it or explain it. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have wish. I love that with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is generational wealth coming into play. We're having a blessing come forward during this time. Usually we talk about generational curses. That's been a very hot topic, right, for people to discuss. This is generational blessings. And when we have a wish come forward, this is what I wish for. This is what I hope for. This is what I love and what I want and what is near and dear to me coming forward. And that's what we're going to be seeing here. This is very much saying, well, what do I wish for in my life? And having the clarity of that wish brought forward to us. And the clarity saying, okay, well, now I'm going to go after it. Now I'm going to build it. Now I'm going to construct it. Now I'm going to move forward. And there's a sense of it all begins with a wish. And that's why it can be a little bit difficult to walk away from things that aren't fitting. And Spirit is saying here, but a wish will guide you forward so beautifully. So just be mindful about this. This can be a little bit tricky because there's a sense of, but I wish for the perfection. And Spirit is saying here, but I'm seeing what your soul truly wants and how you truly need to move forward. So that wish is coming forward quite beautifully for us. It's just not always in the way that we expected, in how we had envisioned, because our minds, our vocabulary, our dreams even, they're limited by the world that we know. And Spirit has no limit to them whatsoever. So just understanding that about ourselves too is going to be very important. So let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is play reverse. Now, this is the heart chakra. And the thing about play is that we as human beings, we can't really play if we're stressed out, if we don't feel safe, if we don't feel secure. There is no play. All right. So here, focusing on the heart chakra, which as an air sign energy, but definitely as a Gemini, we're represented by the lovers in the major arcana. Okay. The heart chakra is so important to us. We will think as an air sign energy, oh, it's the throat chakra, right? It's communication. It's, it's words, it's ideas. Yes, that's true. That is a huge part of who we are. But it is also very prevalent here to have our voice connected with our heart, our mind connected with our heart. And so here, the heart chakra is so important to us. We'll find that we feel things in our hearts more than other people. It'd be like, oh, I feel it right in my heart. And others might look at us and be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't know why you're so sensitive. Life has been difficult. And just admitting that, saying, you know what, there has been a lot on my shoulders, a lot on my plate, there has been a lot. And so here, with saying, I need to make time, I need to hold sacred space for play, whatever brings you joy. And I do see it as being something more physical, something more kind of like sporty, but, or playing outside with your kids or grandkids, or, even going to the park and taking a walk, but having that laughter of children around you, that can be so important. It sings to the inner child. And it's saying here, it's time for play. If not now, then when? If I don't start to embrace joy and play and beauty in my life, when will I ever? So that's going to be really important. Making time for play, making time. Oh my goodness, look at all of this. The camera got kicked, things are falling down. The cards are beautiful though. So we're going to keep on going. We'll just set things up a bit more carefully. There we go. So let's see what Spirit wants us to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Right, the Eight of Cups. That's why that's coming through so prevalently during this time. The Eight of Cups is walking away from what you once thought you would love. It's an ending as severe as a divorce, but it is also just simply saying, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. And we're going to see it in our minds very, very clearly. Now, I have the astrology of this time up here, like all set up for us. So there is, on the 6th of December, Neptune goes direct. And this is going to be a time where that fogginess lifts, and we'll go into it, well, a little bit more. But this is going to be a time for us where we start to see, okay, what needs to end? What needs to end? How do I need to move things forward? But again, there's almost a sense of, but the dream of it was so beautiful. And Spirit's like, yeah, the dream of it was so beautiful, but it's not the reality of it. And that's going to be the important thing. So here, the Eight of Cups, it's the walking away from what we once thought we would love. Like, it's the sitting there and saying, okay, well, that isn't it. But I actually see that as opening up to us the love that we want, opening up to us what's really important to us with the king and the queen of swords, that soulmate connection, that true love connection. It doesn't have to be with another person, though it very well can be. It's also saying, this is my path. This is the duality of me. This is the twin of me, because we are represented by the twins in the zodiac. This is what I need. This is what I love. This is what I want. And we're finding our voice more and more and more. And we're crowned with the 10 of pentacles, prosperity and success and bounty and abundance. This is wealth that lasts for generations. And it doesn't have to be money, though I do wish that upon everybody, because that makes life easier, right? It doesn't have to be money. It's what we also value as much as money coming forward. And the 10 of Pentacles is a prosperity. You can find that you're deeply connected with your ancestors, with those who have passed on, people from past lives. You're going to find that the dream world, like dreams, but quiet moments, your ears can be craving quiet, silence, because that's going to be when you really start to hear, when you really start to listen to spirit, to the guidance forward, okay? But this is a completion of a cycle financially. You can be coming out of a really tough time. You can be looking at things and starting to find your groove, your purpose, your, power, your stride forward. Now, on the 3rd of December, because things don't start happening planetly, interestingly, until the 3rd of December. We have Venus in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And this can be a time when we get very overwhelmed. We can get very, very overwhelmed by things. It will be easy for us to take our kind of chaos within us out on other people. And that's just for everybody. So just be mindful about this. It can be a little bit of a snippy day. Take it slow and turn inward. Start to see your blessings. That's going to be the most important thing. And even if one of the blessings that you see within yourself is that I don't feel blessed. And I know that sounds so silly to say that can be a blessing, but sometimes when we're low and we give ourselves the grace, the privilege to cry, to say, I don't feel blessed. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like everything I dreamt of, everything I wanted is just weighing me down and down and down. And I don't know how to move forward. And we're going to find that just that admittance of it, that acknowledging it, that saying it, that feeling it, letting ourselves feel that can be part of the breakthrough. And that really is part of the breakthrough of us moving forward to prosperity and success. Because the 4th of December, okay, Venus enters into Scorpio. And this is a very passionate time. This is a great time for strengthening our relationships. Our tempers can run high with people we see as frivolous. So that also moves us into the Queen of Swords energy, where it's just kind of like, okay, I like a purpose to things. And we can find that we don't really suffer fools well. We can say things, kind of in a little bit more sarcastic, joking way that maybe others can't, when we can be a little bit more blunt, a little bit more direct than other people can. So just be aware of this. There's a sense of clarity of mind. There's a sense of intention and purpose. There's like, I am moving forward towards what I want, what I need, what's important to me. With the Queen of Swords, there is also this understanding, that my life has been honed. The swords is the only weapon in the whole entire tarot. The wands is a practice weapon, and yes, it could be used as one, but the swords, that's a weapon of nobility. Okay, there's no question about it. It can't be used for anything else. So here with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming forward, these are masters of their craft. A sword isn't something that you pick up and you innately know how to use. Some people are more talented at it than others, yes. But in medieval times, if you were given a sword in battle, if you were, by the ruler, your whole life was changed. Your whole family was brought up. If you fought courageously, that sword was your everything. That sword was generational wealth, right? That was the 10 pentacles coming forward. That made you. And here what we're going to see is we're going to start to really understand and give grace to and pride of all the time and effort and heartbreaks and pains that we have been through, everything that has shaped us, everything that has at times broken us and honed us. We've been forged. We've gone through a crucible. We've stepped out of the fire. The King of Swords is a master thinker. It's kind of like, okay, let's use logic to solve this. Let's look at this in different ways. Let's talk about this. Let's understand. You're going to be diving deeper into thoughts and words. If you want to create something, especially through a conveying of a story, this is a fantastic time to do so. Fantastic for you. You're highly talented in it. Now, this is also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We can find that we're very drawn to other thinkers, other people who dive deeper into things, articulate, the way that they speak, the way that they present themselves. It's going to be very important to us. But the stories are going to be important. And our story, Gemini, holds weight and credence and power. And this is opening up our soul. This is opening up ourselves. This is saying, this is my purpose. And as the great questioner, as the great seeker, as the person who conflicts from idea to idea because it gets boring, right? And we want to know more, and we know enough about certain things. This is going to be a fantastic time of all that knowledge coming together and us seeing how to weave it all, seeing how to create that beautiful tapestry. On the 5th of December, Venus is in Scorpio, trine Saturn in Pisces. This is a very competent time for us. We are very close to the people that we like. We're going to find that we'll go out of our way for them. We want to feel valued. We want to show people that they are valued. And we're going to do this through the expression, expression of words, writing a card, taking time for a phone call or even a text. That's going to be an important thing for us as well. Now, on the 6th of December, as Spirit stated earlier, we have Neptune coming out of retrograde. Neptune in retrograde ends, and the fogginess that has been around us, it's also that clarity of thought starting to come forward. That is really when we birth forward in a really beautiful way. It's like we part the clouds and we say, here I am. I'm here. I'm moving forward in my talent. I'm moving forward in what I love, in what I want. We're going to see things more clearly. And we're going to be a lot more motivated. So just kind of like circle the 6th of December. It might not be like a magic wand for some. It might be, depending how celestially sensitive you are. But understanding that fog that has been around us, that bit of kind of like gloom that has been around us, that can really start to lift on the 6th. On the 7th of December, Mercury in Capricorn is trine Taurus. This is time for us to act on our big ideas and really, see things coming together. We are also going to see with the 3 of Pentacles that we work really well with others. We like to kind of bounce ideas off of other people, see how our work comes together. I do see this, though, more as we don't want to be sitting kind of like at a round table having discussions and making everything together. We'll come with our ideas. Others will come with their ideas, and we'll see again the way that it's weaving together, braided together. I just keep on seeing weaving and braiding, weaving and braiding coming together. So I don't know if somebody's braiding something or if you're working on a loom or whatever it is that you're doing, but there's a sense of things being woven together in the first half of December for us. And that's going to be very much a big deal. Again, clarity comes forward, opportunities, we start to see them. We're like, oh, I could do this. And oh, it could be like that. And oh, why not this? On the 9th of December, Venus is in Scorpio opposite Jupiter in Taurus. This is a bit of a lazy day. And we can see that in the Ace of Wands reversed, where it's like, I don't know. I don't know. The Ace of Wands reverse is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of passion, of creativity, of insight, of new ideas. It's like, this is my fire, this is my passion. And yet we're getting close to taking this, okay? We're figuring out more in our mind, and we're going to find that for the first half of December, we might not be initiating things in the same kind of fire and fervor. We will be later on. Now, I don't know if this is taken in the second half of December or if this starts in the new year. I do see this more leaning towards a new year coming forward. 2024 can be a time where it's like, okay, I need to illuminate things. I need to move things forward for me. With the Ace of Wands reversed, there's just a sense here of, I'm going to start working on that, but I'm going to start planning for it first. I'm going to start kind of sketching everything out, understanding things, building up a blueprint, and then I will take this Ace of Wands, I will turn it over, and it will start illuminating what I need, what I want, how I want to move forward for myself, and what it is that I truly and absolutely desire for me. But right now, this is kind of not looming, it's kind of floating in the background. We can take it earlier, most definitely, but do understand that there's a sense here of like, I'm figuring it out. I'm not really sure, questioning this, looking at that, diving deeper. That's going to be a big part of this time. We can also feel a little bit frustrated. We can also feel like there are certain things that are being illuminated that we're like, well, that's just nonsense. And Spirit is saying, but focus here because it's not nonsense. All right. So we can get very kind of caught up in what we think we should be doing. And Spirit saying, I'm guiding you towards something bigger. I'm guiding you towards something more. On the 10th of December, we have the moon in Scorpio trine Pisces in, no, not Pisces, trine Neptune in Pisces. And your intuition is on point. So this is going to be another time where our crowning energy comes forward with the 10 of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, shared generationally. Our intuition is on point, and we are really aligned with our purpose, with what we desire. Again, that king and queen aspect of ourselves, that dual aspect, that twin aspect of Gemini comes forward. And it's like, okay, this is my passion. This is what I want, but this is what I'm creating. This is what I'm cultivating for me. I like the snow behind here. I feel very drawn to the snow. Now, I don't know if any of you do, and again, I'm not a doctor, so take this all with a grain of salt. But if you do like cold showers or ice baths, again, get advice from your doctor before starting anything like this. But I've just seen the cold as being something that's good for you. If you're in the northern hemisphere, going outside in the cold, it it will be good. Or cracking the window open a bit and breathing in that crisp, fresh air. That's going to be a very, very beautiful thing for you during this time. It's like there's that crispness, there's that freshness to things. And I see that very much being how our mind is working, how our insight is working, how we're moving ourselves forward. There's a crispness and an insight. But this is a time, Gemini, where we're witty, we're kind of very much on point with our ideas, with our creativity, with our insight, with how we're opening up the doors. On the 11th of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, sextile Venus in Scorpio. Dealing with other people will be easier today. It will be. It will be easier on this day. So the 11th is like, that's your time to interact with everybody. That's your time to be like, you know what? Maybe we do sit at that round table and we do have that discussion. We are also going to find that we are working on new and better ways of expressing ourselves. Like, how do I open the door for me? How do I move me forward? Where is it that I want to be? How do I want to express myself? How do I want to kind of like change things up and step more into the energy that is innately right for this journey that I'm on? I've changed. And there's going to be a big sense of that as well, Gemini. I've changed. I'm stepping into a new path, a new power, a new authority, a new determination of myself. I have changed, and I'm stepping into that energy. And we can find it hard with the Eight of Cups reverse. It's like we find it hard to walk away from what just hasn't been working, what we don't want anymore. So here on the 14th of December, oh, well, okay. So on the 12th of December, we have the new moon in Sagittarius. There will be a separate video on that. And then on the 13th of December, we have Mercury going retrograde, which I know nobody wants for the holidays. However, it is happening, and we will have a separate video on that as well. On the 14th of December, the moon in Capricorn is trine Uranus in Taurus. And this is a time for a different approach. And again, this is where we can get kind of like stuck. It's like, but this is the way that it should be working. We have to be open to the unconventional. We have to be open to kind of the exploration, the diving deeper, the seeing things in different ways, the opening up of the door. That's going to be very important for us during this time to be like, okay, how am I moving forward to what I want? The unconventional is going to draw us in. Now, as a Gemini energy, we're drawn to the unconventional already, but we can find it a bit difficult to implement the unconventional or to go against the grain of things into our own lives, because we can think, oh, what will people say? How will people judge me? How do I need to move forward? For me, what do I want? What am I going after? We can have all these questions. As long as we are in alignment with our voice, with our passion, with our power, with our insight, this can be a fantastic time for journaling, to kind of like write everything out, or talking into, into an app, and then listening to it back. It's like, oh, these are my thoughts. Like, this is what I wanted. But also that expression, just knowing that during this time, expression, speaking up for yourself, moving forward in your insights, moving forward in your ideas, that's going to be so freeing. That's going to be so liberating during this time. And there is a real sense of stepping into a power that it was kind of like it was written in the Akashic records, right? It was written for you that you were going to step into your power. And this can be a time, very much so in December, where it's like, no, but this is me. This is me. And I really do see your ancestors standing behind you and saying, yes, step forward into that. Like, step forward into truly being you. Because there's this sense of, they had to be something else. And we all know that when we have to wear a mask that isn't quite us. We all know how uncomfortable that can feel. But Spirit is saying here, okay, now it's time to step into you. And we're going to feel that, like, yes. And there's just a sense of like, but it goes against a traditional dream. Like, it goes against what we thought, even if it's just our tradition that we made up for ourselves. So here, just being aware and knowing that as you step into this, you're going to come and collaborate and come together with more people than you had imagined. It's like it's going to open up a door. And there's this passion, there's this fire, there's this brilliance of illumination leading you forward. I do see this more towards 2024, right? Which is just a blink away. And it's stepping into our voice. There's also going to be a sense here. You're going to be very drawn. And I see this here with her, right? She has a cardinal, right? A female cardinal coming to her hand. It's like you're going to be very drawn to the idea of spreading your wings. You're going to be very drawn to the idea of flying, of going after, of embracing. I think that's a cardinal, or is that a robin? I can't remember if the girls aren't as bright. Like, I know cardinal male birds are very bright and vibrant. So if you know, please tell me in the comment box. I love the conversations that we have. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you all for that. There's just a sense here of like, I need to step into my wealth and I need to step into my bounty. And that's what you're doing during this time. This is all about what money and what you value as much as money coming forward. And a blessing is bestowed upon you. It's like you've been blessed. We look at things and we think all the time about like how I've been cursed and oh, everything is going poorly and I can't believe. This is a time, Gemini, where you've been blessed and you're going to start to see it. You're also going to start to see things in a different way. It's like, oh, wow, look at how blessed I am because I have XYZ, or because, I can do XYZ. And then we start to see, where else in the world that you can't, or where, we're just becoming more aware. There's a power to us now. There's a power that we're stepping into. And that's extraordinary. Now, let me know, guys, if you want also me to break down the moon. We've done just pretty much the planets and alignments here. But if you want the phases of the moon as well, let me know in the comment box. Because, again, I love our conversations. Our subconscious spirit message is hope reversed. That's what Spirit was saying before within this reading. Like, there was a sense of feeling hopeless. It's like, I have no joy. I have nothing that I am grateful for. And we can feel that way. I mean, I know I have felt that way at times where it's like, I feel so overwhelmed and so chaotic. It's like, well, what is there to be grateful for? And it's like, if you stopped and actually thought logically for a moment, you'd be like, oh my gosh, there's so much. But let the feelings come forward. And let the feelings come forward, because the only thing left in Pandora's box after she opened it up and unleashed chaos onto the world was hope. And so hope is so important, and it's linked with that heart chakra. I love it here. So it's like that, the black moving into the purple, moving into the blue, moving into the green. So the purple being the third eye chakra, right? The blue being the third chakra, and then the heart chakra. And that's your energy to focus on during this time. Now we can pick one. I would highly recommend the heart chakra. But if we have, the spiritual and mental capacity to do 3, doing the third eye into the throat, into the heart, that's just going to be so powerful for you. And stepping into the opening up of your world, opening up of what you love, there is hope. Even when we feel hopeless, there is hope. And that is a beautiful thing. That is really a powerful thing. Our subconscious chakra message is the inner child. It's the heart chakra again. So that's why it comes through so powerfully. This is connecting with your inner child. So often in our world, we don't realize how much our childhood affects the way that we see everything. Connecting with that heart chakra, letting our inner child have the room to play, and saying to our inner child, I love you and I'm here for you. And listening to that inner child is so important. So here with the inner child, just even doing the simple meditation of exhaling, taking a deep breath in whenever it feels comfortable for you, and exhaling again, and visualizing yourself crouching down. You can hold your arms open, or you can just visualize you holding your arms open and seeing the child that you once were running into the arms of the adult you are now. And just embrace that child. Tell that child, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you, and I will always love you. You are safe. and show that child the safety, the love, the brilliance that we all crave in our lives. And that could have been missing from time to time in our childhood, if not missing altogether. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is strength. Now, this is a Leo energy. This is a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. So this could be literally be mindful of a Leo, especially subconsciously, like you're not going to trust 100%. But this can also be mindful of people who are bullies. Be mindful of that energy. You're not going to like it, and you're not going to want to see it within yourself. That can make you more passive, and that can make people think, oh, I can really take advantage. Not the case. But stepping into your strength doesn't mean, the barbells, like, the body lift, like not body lifting, it's what weightlifting, super strength that people tend to think of. It's the strength of character, is that strength of will and determination and spirit. That I usually see this on people who they look fragile, right? They look fragile, but they have a strength to them. They have a determination to them that is extraordinary. And I just think of my great grandmother, when I think of the strength card of somebody who was in her 90s when I knew her and was one of the strongest women I've ever known. And so here, that's what I'm trying to convey. And I hope it's being understood. Our subconscious tarot message is the child. This is the Fool reversed. Subconsciously, we're kind of wanting a bit of an adventure, but we're afraid. We're afraid of being seen as the fool. We're being afraid of, here with the child. Okay, I'm going to put this in the upright position so it's easier to read. But with the child, it can be, I'm afraid of embracing my inner child, embracing the adventure that my soul has wanted to go on since the beginning. But it's also, I'm afraid to take that leap of faith because I'm afraid of falling. And here's the thing, when you jump, you're going to embrace gravity, right? You're always going to fall down. But how you fall, that depends. With the Fool reversed, it's like, okay, there's chaos, there's doubt, there's hurt, there's pain. Everybody is considered a fool when they do something unconventional. But on the hero's journey, everybody is considered a fool until they succeed. And then people are like, oh, I knew you were going to do it. You were always so clever. I mean, come on, that's bull. Here, don't be afraid to go after what you love. And don't be afraid, even if you think, oh, well, this is foolish. It's like, as long as it's not dangerous, right? As long as you're coming from a place of love and compassion and kindness and grace, go for it. Go for it and let your heart guide you. Because one of the things, Gemini, that I'm seeing with us is that the heart needs to guide. The heart and the mind need to come together, and the heart needs to guide. It's like having that open conversation. It's kind of like that person who's always asking you, what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Which is annoying, right? But here, it's like, but if I can embrace my emotions fully, I can open up the door to what I'm feeling with power and determination. All right. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.